Honestly, I'm a fool for Jesus. I like to be a Jesus freak. That's what I like to be. My name is Eleanor Carson, and I love Jesus with all my heart. Oh my goodness, I am just about to be 100 years old, and I can't imagine how I waited so long to have a personal relationship with Jesus. Up until 50 years, I was very able to take care of any hardship or anything that came into my life that was difficult. God just gave me those gifts, except I didn't know they were from Him. I was able to settle problems, I was able to settle disputes, I was able to settle my own difficulties. But one day, something really terrible came into my life. I fell in a deep pit of mud and mire and ugliness. I was frightened, I was scared. And my best friend in Fort Lauderdale called me on the phone and said, "Eleanor, come on down to my house this afternoon and let's play backgammon. We'll take the board out on the bench, set up the board, and watch the ships come in and out." I said, "Oh, Betty, I feel so bad. I can't. I didn't tell her why. She didn't know why, but she sensed it, so she begged and eventually talked me into going down there. And when I arrived there, and she said, "Oh, by the way, my daughter Babs is coming. She wants to see you." Well, I knew who Babs was. Babs was a member of Campus Crusade in Tallahassee in college. And I said, "Well, that's no big deal. Let her come." So we started to play the game, and all of a sudden I looked up at the screen door, and there was this bright light that came into my face, and she started walking forward. I didn't see a body, I didn't see a person, just a bright light, and tears began to roll down my eyes, and I didn't know why. And when she got close enough for conversation, I said, "Oh, Babs, how can I be religious without being too religious?" And she smiled and she said, "I understand that, Eleanor," but she said, "Have you ever invited Jesus Christ into your heart?" What in the world does she want me to answer? Well, I said, "Babs, I was in the Girl Scouts, and I was a member of the Junior League, and I worked in television." And she said, "No, Eleanor, those things I'm not interested in. They don't mean anything. What I want to know is, have you ever told God about all the things you don't like about yourself and ask Him to come and show you how you can be free of that?" And I thought, oh my goodness. She said, "What you need to do is to invite Jesus Christ into your heart, and He will show you how to get out of anything that's going wrong in your life. He can be in control if you ask Him to." Well, those words of hers were like the pure gospel to my ears, because at that very moment, God was given to me with vision that I could see a person, and I knew that He was real. And He just started filling me with all kinds of ideas. Go home and read the Bible. Trust me, I'm going to take care of you. I mean, it was obvious. The Holy Spirit just came into my heart and flooded me like it had never done ever before. And I was born again at that moment with all the gifts that God gives one He wants him to have. And I've never been the same. My love for Him has deepened as I have grown older, and I keep learning things no matter how old I am every day. New things on how to love Him more than anything else in the world. My condition of coming to Christ maybe is not nearly as death-defying as theirs. Your reason for coming to Christ will be maybe harder than mine, but nevertheless, it was one that was designed for me. And if you don't know Christ now, Yours is designed for you, and all you have to do is to say yes to Jesus when you hear the voice asking you to take him into your heart.